not good at this. First attempt. Here we go. My name's Juan, aka Trilo Bike on the socials, aka the Urban Trail Junkie. After climbing Brown Mountain, about to head down to hit El Prieto on the way down. Nice technical trail. Most of you guys that know me have done this. Seems like just a blink of an eye. I was young and dumb and doing this shit every week. 3, 4, 5 times a week. Great shape. Now I'm 48, overweight, and trying to get back into it. This is Hex, my specialized stump jumper from 2014. I'd like to invite you guys to join me on this journey. I try to get back into it, but this is not the only thing I do on the trails. I'm an urban trail junkie. I have my 1992 80 Series Land Cruiser named Sierra. I have a 2024 Yamaha Tenere 700. It's an adventure bike named Rogue. And those are the 3 vehicles that I'll be taking on these adventures. So yeah, I documented some of it coming up. I was planning to go up the Canberra Trail. Got about 50 feet up the trail here and the leg said, nah, not today, bro. Just let's take it easy and just head back down. LP, of course. That's the locals call it, but us Latinos like to call it El Prieto. I know why. Well, I used to think it was called El Prieto because you got burned coming up because it's so exposed on the climb. But it's actually named El Prieto after a African-American man that used to work these lands, I believe. Probably chopping it up and messing it all up, but yeah, it's named after a gentleman that used to live out here, I think. 2017, I was really into mountain biking. I was at my peak, like I said, 3, 4 times, 5 times a week. Then, 2017 came around, I believe. I moved to Pasadena from Frogtown, where I was staying. Grew up in Hollywood, but family moved to the Valley when I was in 11th grade or something. Then I lived in Frogtown for a while, moved out here, and like I said, I used to be really into mountain biking a lot. And one day I was actually climbing this mountain when I had my dog Django the trail dog. He was a good boy. He liked to come out here with me. I would bring him to these rides because it was at the most, if you made it all the way to Ken Burton and down, it was like 8, 10 miles. I don't know. He could handle that. The longer rides I wouldn't take him on, like Up Lake and Echo Mountain and stuff like that. It was too much for him. Anyway, we were coming up and there was symptoms before then, for sure. But I ignored them, dizziness. I would get winded doing the simplest things. I mean, shampooing my hair, and I would have to take a break in the shower. And I knew something was wrong, but I'm a stubborn man, How are you gonna tell me? Then one day, it was Easter Sunday, I think 2017. I had gone with the family, and people noticed that I was kind of yellow. My eyes were yellow. I was like, what's wrong with it? I was still having a beer, having a cigarette, whatever. And I got home that night and found myself, the symptoms were insane. I would wake up some days, go to the restroom, and my vision would be pixelated. Like I was trying to look at my phone like we all do now, right? When I was young, growing up, I read shampoo bottles and all the soaps that were in this cupboard while you used the restroom. But I'm trying to use my phone and everything was like pixelated and it looked like digital, or I don't know how to explain it. And I thought maybe I needed a new prescription. Anyway, so I was climbing up here that day with a friend of mine who I had got into mountain biking and kicked his ass up the mountain every time. And today he was ahead of me. And by a mile, I mean, for a good distance ahead of me. I was like, what the hell's going on? I had Django. I was like, Django, what is it? So we sat down. I don't even know where. I think it was here. We were supposed to keep going up. I think that was the plan. And I sat here at this bench. And I thought to myself, holy shit, I'm no longer good at mountain biking. I can't do it anymore. I guess I'm just done. My body wants to give up. So I told Django, let's go. And we didn't even take a petrol down. We just rode back down Brown Mountain with my tail between my legs, feeling like a fucking loser. I was like, holy shit, man. Like, it's over. So that was when I really knew something was up, right? And still, who's going to go to the doctor, right? So that Easter, getting back to that night, got home, and I was sitting on the couch, and my heart was pounding out of my chest. Like, I could feel it. I would put my hand on my chest, and it was moving my hand. It was pounding so hard. I'm just sitting there, and I started crying, right? I started crying, and they asked me, I said, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And I said, I think I'm dying. And, my wife asked, well, if you want to go to the doctor, you want to go to the emergency room? And I said, nah, it'll go away. The next morning, I think I was doing Lyft at the time. And it was 10 a.m. and I was falling asleep. That's another thing that would happen. I would fall asleep. I would just get sleepy as soon as I got up. Like, there's no way I should be sleepy already. There's no way. So that day I came home and I said, I think I have to go. Went to urgent care. Doctor came out and said, you are extremely anemic. There's nothing I can do for you here. You need to get to an emergency room. And took the paperwork, went to the emergency room, Huntington Memorial. Went and checked in. Went outside to have a cigarette because, that's what I do. And they came out immediately and called my name. And the room was packed. It was packed. I was like, fuck. All right, something's wrong. If they're taking me in instantly, something's wrong. This story has been long enough. Bottom line, I was diagnosed after I spent a week in the hospital. I had tests done, biopsies, and I was diagnosed with autoimmune hemolytic anemia. Basically means my body created these antibodies, attached themselves to my red blood cells, and my immune system, being, the badass that it is, decided it was going to kill those antibodies, but at the same time, kill my red blood cells faster than I could produce more. So slowly my own body was killing me. I was about 205 then. Had all my teeth. They said, we're going to put you on prednisone. You can't do any kind of exercise. You're going to probably gain weight. And it's going to be about a year that you need to do this. That was a bomb, man. I was active. Loved it. Got off the prednisone. Thought everything was fine. Came back. Hit me when I was in Arizona at my cousin's house. Went back to the doctor. This time I had to do, it wasn't chemotherapy, but I was in there with the chemo patients, and it was a shocker to see these people. I'm going through my own shit, which is, treatable, right? I'm not gonna die from it. But these people were really, really fighting. But there was these cocktails, these chemical cocktails, or what do they call it? Yeah, a chemical cocktail that I had to take, and I did that a few times. And luckily, man, it's 2026 now. That was probably 2018 when I was going through that. And my levels have been fine, and it hasn't come back. Got lazy, fat, gained 20 pounds. Actually, I was 250 at my heaviest. That's crazy. I did a really strict fasting regimen from December 2023, and about 8-9 months later, I had lost 30 pounds. I lost weight really fast, but yeah, I lost about 35 pounds, to say, and was feeling good. So I started riding again. My buddy Robert, who used to ride religiously 3-4 times a week, 5 times sometimes. Anyway, that's my story, and that's what I want to share is the road back. 48 years old. By the time I'm 50, I want to be. I just saw like a 65, 70-year-old man push past me on a regular mountain bike, not an e-bike. All these fucking e-bikes, god damn it. On a regular mountain bike, I want that. But I also want to bring you on my journeys with the Land Cruiser, which is so easy to, you just press the gas and you go places. The adventure bike is new to me. That's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Mountain biking skills definitely come into play. But yeah, hopefully you join me. Like, share, subscribe. Again, my name is Juan. I'm born and raised LA, California, Guatemalan descent. I love the outdoors. I love mountain biking again. Camping, shit like that. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Yep, that happened. Lazy pup, lazy pup, lazy pup, going slow.